Well, I chose this master's because the company I was working for a commercial real estate company who closed their doors due to the economic crisis, and so I decided to take an année sabbatique and go back to school and sort of enrich in my CV and try to position myself better on the job market. At the time, I didn't know a lot about the French schooling system, so I admit that a lot of my research was on the internet, and I found that the program was very well detailed and the courses were also very well detailed, and it just seemed like a very interesting program. And the fact that it was in English and the fact that it was only a year, because I only really had a year to give, was a deciding factor for me. The advantages, I think, are principally the fact that it's based very much on theoretical math, all the while giving us some exposure to the real world with some outside professors that come in and give us shorter courses, more finance-based and more real-world based. And that's balanced with the more heavily theoretical and engineering math side of things. I think that the influence of engineering school in the program is very much felt in almost every course. There's a very heavy mathematical and somewhat a computer-based focus. And I think it gives us a very good background for what's going to, happen later in the real world. Some of the more theoretical bases for applied uses later is very useful, and very much felt the fact that it's an engineering school, that it's technical analysis. I think the life at EISTI, it's a very pleasant place. It's a very everyone seems to always be in a good mood. There's a very good ambiance, and the program was small, relatively small, 12 students, but there was always it was a joy to come to school every day and interact with whether it be the professors or the other students. Everyone was just sort of happy to be here and friendly and helpful. And when I would have trouble in some of the courses, I'd always find someone to give me a hand, and I find that everyone at every level is very much open to helping and making things better, from whether it's the fellow students or right up to the general director, who is very approachable and helpful to everyone.
And now what are you going to do after this year?
Well, partially because of this program, I was able to find a very interesting job where I will be working for a fund manager and basically leading the young analysts in financial analysis and coming up with a method and a program for them to follow across Europe. And I think one of the reasons I was able to see why I would want a job like this was coming back to school after so many years and spending time with young people and realizing that that's something that I like doing, and combining that with some of the financial analysis that I learned here, that's where I'll be.